You're watching News at 10 with me, Renee Fong. Tun Rahah Muhammad Noah, the widow of second Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak, has passed away today at Prince Court Medical Centre. She was 87. This was confirmed by her son, former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak, on his social media. According to Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, she will be given a state funeral tomorrow. Her remains were brought to her home at Jalan Eton after going through required hospital procedures and will be buried after Zohor prayers tomorrow at Makam Pahlawan Masjid Negara. Tun Rahah was born in Muar, Johor in 1933 and was the youngest of Johor nobleman Muhammad Noah Omar's 4 children. Her sister, Tun Suhaila, was married to the country's third Prime Minister, Tun Hussein On. Her late father, Tan Sri Muhammad Noah Omar, was the founder of UMNO and the country's first Dewan Rakyat Speaker. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Shah, were among the royalty who visited her at the hospital yesterday. Tan Sri Muhyiddin had also went to Prince Court yesterday to pay her a visit. Several other political leaders have also expressed their condolences to the family members of the late Tun Rahah. Federal Territories Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa, who is also Barisan Nasional Secretary General, was among the first individuals to convey his prayers on Twitter. Meanwhile, past President Datuk Sri Abdul Hadi Awang also sent his thoughts and prayers to the families of Tun Rahah. Furthermore, PKR President Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim also shared his grievances towards the loss of the affected family members. Through a post of his Facebook, Minister of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperative Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Chunaini Tuanku Jaafar prayed to Allah to grant strength and patience to the family of Tun Rahah. The Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO in Kuala Lumpur and Sabah will be extended until 31st December. The same goes for Selangor, with the exception of Sabak Bernam, Kuala Selangor and Hulu Selangor. According to Senior Minister for Security Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the decision was made following risk assessment by the Health Ministry, which found the COVID-19 cases in the 3 states still at a high number.
Berdasarkan penilaian risiko, KKM mengesahkan terdapat peningkatan ketara kes COVID positif di 19 daerah perindustrian di Selangor, iaitu Kelang, Hulu Langat, Petaling, Gombak, Kuala Langat dan Sepang, berikutan saringan pekerja sektor perkelangan dan tapak binaan. KKM turut mengesahkan bahawa bilangan kes COVID-19 di kalangan warga negara juga semakin meningkat.
Meanwhile, the EMCO in Seremban and Port Dickson, as well as 3 districts in Johor, which are Kulai, Batu Pahat and Johor Bahru, have also been extended to 31st December. Meanwhile, the government has agreed to open 4 categories of the tourism sector in the Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO areas beginning tomorrow. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri said the categories are art and culture exhibitions, theme parks, family entertainment centres and tourism products.
Dari segi jumlah pengunjung ataupun kehadiran adalah 50% daripada keluasan ataupun jumlah pengunjung sebenar yang boleh memasuki kawasan-kawasan yang disebutkan tadi. Bagi perkara yang melibatkan persembahan pentas, ianya dibenarkan tetapi tanpa penonton.
Open houses and caroling activities in conjunction with the Christmas celebrations are not allowed. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said this was among the standard operating procedures for the festival.
Sambutan untuk kunjung-mengunjung dibenarkan pada 25 pada hari Christmas saja. Ya. Hari pertama lah, macam kita hari raya puasa hari pertama. Walaupun rumah terbuka yang melibatkan orang ramai, aktiviti caroling dari rumah ke rumah di kawasan kesemua kawasan adalah tidak dibenarkan.
He also said that Christians are only allowed to perform prayer ceremonies on 24th and 25th December in the areas under the RMCO and CMCO. He added that Christmas celebrations are allowed to be held at landed residences on the first day with not more than 20 guests comprising of close family members. The senior minister said for non-landed properties with an area of less than 1,500 square feet, the number of guests should not exceed 10, while for residents with an area of 2,500 square feet and above, the maximum number is 15 individuals. Highway users are advised to plan their trips heading to hometowns for the Christmas and New Year holiday beforehand. Plus, Malaysia Berhad Plus today issued its trip timetable advisory TTA for the North-South Expressway users from 22nd December until 19th January 2021. According to the timetable, users from Klang Valley region heading towards Perlis, Kedah, Pulau Pinang, Perak and Johor are advised to begin their journey before 9 a.m, while for those driving from these places to Klang Valley are recommended to also begin their journey before 9 a.m. For other destinations, highway users are recommended to begin their journey after 12 p.m. Plus, Managing Director Dato' Azman Ismail said, Plus encourages the public to closely follow the TTA schedule to avoid any congestion and experience a smoother journey. It is expected that traffic will increase up to 30% or 1.7 million vehicles on every peak day during the holiday season. Plus also reminded its users to observe the SOPs during their journey and to ensure that their touch-and-go cards and e-wallets have sufficient balance at all times. The festive season maximum price control scheme SHMMP for Christmas this year will take effect beginning 22nd December to 31st December. According to Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nanta Linggi, the price control scheme will involve 19 essential festive season items. They are live chicken, standard chicken, super chicken, imported turkey, grade A, B and C eggs, local mutton, imported lamb, potatoes, carrots, cabbages, tomatoes and green capsicum. Also included are live old chicken, chicken wings, live pig and various pig parts. Datuk Sri Alexander said the scheme is being implemented in accordance with the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Act 2011. He added that even though Christmas is to be celebrated in moderation this year, according to stipulated standard operating procedures, the demand for essential items for this festive season is still expected to rise compared to during non-festive season. The scheme will be effective 3 days before Christmas, on Christmas Day and 6 days after the festival. Now for the COVID-19 updates. The Health Ministry reported a total of 1,220 positive cases, along with 1,297 recoveries. Its Director General, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, in a statement said following this development, Malaysia has recorded a total of 89,133 positive cases, with 14,671 of them currently active. The statement also said Selangor remains the state with the highest number of daily new cases, with 368, followed by Kuala Lumpur, 297 cases, and Sabah, 184. Furthermore, 135 of the new cases today were linked to prison clusters, namely the Jalan Harapan prison cluster, Tembok cluster, and the Seberang Perai prison cluster. Currently, there are 106 cases being treated in intensive care units (ICU), of which 53 requiring respiratory aid. MOH also reported that 3 deaths today involving men aged 36 to 81 with history of diseases. The death toll in the country currently stands at 435. The government's effort to increase the purchase of COVID-19 vaccine to cover 70% of population in the country received positive feedback from the public. In Sandakan, Sabah, people expressed their gratitude and welcomed the good news amidst the continuous surge of daily COVID-19 cases.
Saya berharap dengan adanya vaksin, vaksin ini dapat mengekangkan lagi pengeluaran COVID-19. Sepanjang COVID-19 ni betul-betul memberi cabaran yang besar buat saya dan juga seluruh masyarakat dan negara.
Saya sangat berterima kasih kepada kerajaan Malaysia kerana telah mengambil inisiatif untuk menambah bilangan vaksin dari 30% kepada 70% untuk mengekang penularan COVID-19 ini. Harapan saya dengan adanya vaksin ini, kehidupan kita akan kembali kepada biasa.
The first batch of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is expected to arrive in Malaysia by March and cover 6.4 million Malaysians. Coming up, Perak 2021 budget approved by majority voice at State Assembly. The Perak State Legislative Assembly today have unanimously approved the 2021 state's budget, which involves an allocation of 1.215 billion ringgit. The budget was debated for a day by 6 representatives, each from the government and opposition. A total of 430 million ringgit has been allocated for the development expenditure, while the remaining 785.1 million ringgit from the budget is for the management cost. In his winding up speech, Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Sarani Mohamad said the budget is important as it consists of various initiatives and efforts to revive the state's economy in the post-COVID-19 era.
Dewan Negeri yang paling tenang kerana semua orang memberi fokus dan membahaskan perkara-perkara yang menunjukkan keamanan, kedamaian, kematangan berpolitik, sama seperti mana yang dititahkan oleh Duli Yang Maha Mulia Paduka Sri Sultan Perak Darul Ridwan.
Datuk Sarani said the 2021's budget theme, Perak Resilient, Sustainable and Inclusive, will also be used for the next year budget. He added that the decision to continue the same theme is to show the focus of the state government in continuing the development planning that has been implemented this year. The Menteri Besar also announced that all 59 Perak Assemblymen will be allocated a total of 200,000 ringgit each to carry out their duties as people's representatives. The Special Corruption Sessions Court today set 19 February next year for case management of the abuse of power case against former Pulau Pinang Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng. Sessions Court Judge Ahmad Azhari Abdul Hamid made the decision after the prosecution applied for the cases to be postponed as they required more time to prepare all the related documents. The judge also postponed Guan Eng's wife Betty Chew Gek Cheng's money laundering cases as well as businesswoman Pang Li Kun's abetment case to the same date. Guan Eng 60, Chew 56 and Pang 48 were charged in the Sessions Court last 11th August with corruption and money laundering. He was charged in his capacity as the then Chief Minister of the state and Chairman of the Penang Development Corporation PDC Procurement Board with using his position for gratification through Excel Property Management and Consultancy Sdn Bhd. It was to ensure magnificent emblem Sdn Bhd was offered to propose a workers' village at Lot 631, Mukim 13, Juru, Seberang Perai Tengah and part of Lot 282, Mukim 13, Batu Kawan, Seberang Perai Selatan, Pulau Pinang. The project, worth 11,610 ringgit, also involved the DAP Secretary General's wife indirectly having interest. Guan Eng was accused with committing the offence between 2013 and 2016 at the Pulau Pinang Chief Minister's office in Georgetown. He can be charged according to Section 23, subsection 1 of the MACC Act 2009, Act 694, and also Section 24, subsection 1 of the same Act. Meanwhile, at the Butterworth Magistrates Court, a South Korean priest faces 2 charges of molesting 2 disabled men OKU in 2013 and 2017. However, no confession was recorded due to no Korean translators and international sign language interpreters present to read out the charges before Magistrate M. Kaliarasi Munyandi. The accused, Ji Jong-hun, aged 54, who is also deaf and mute, allegedly used criminal force towards the 2 men, now aged 28 and 27 years old, with intent of molestation. The offences were allegedly made between October 2013 and July 2017. Jong-hun was accused of committing the offence in a room on the 11th floor of apartment Sri Cemerlang, Kampung Paya, Butterworth. The accused was investigated according to Section 354 of the Penal Code, which carries a sentence of maximum 10 years imprisonment, whipping or a fine, or any 2 of the punishments. The court allowed the accused a 10,000 ringgit bail, instructed him to surrender his passport to the court, and set 18th January for remention of the case. And that concludes this evening's news at 10. In our top story, Tun Raha Muhammad Noah, wife and mother to country's 2 premiers, dies. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. I'm Renee Fong. Stay tuned to saluran Berita RTM. Good night.